Welcome all of you to Chicago tonight.
Thank you.
And a special welcome to you, Pat Quinn, since you're here and your boss was not.
Well, I'm glad to be here, and I always like talking to the people and talking to you.
That's good. Now, do you think, though, that the voters were a bit shortchanged by his refusal to appear?
Well, the governor offered 10 debates to Treasurer Topinka. I was with him the day after the primary, and that's in the tradition of Lincoln and Douglas debates. They didn't wait till the last few weeks of the campaign. He wanted to have a debate every month if possible, but Treasurer Topinka kind of ducked and dodged on that. So
Okay,
I don't think she should be complaining that much about debates.
He's 2.5 miles from here. Come on. He's 2.6 miles from here, sitting at home, probably, where he usually is, not in Springfield doing the people's business.
Well, he didn't make it. But now we're going to get to what you gentlemen and you are going to do as the lieutenant governor in just a minute. But as we said, since you do run at the behest of the guy on the top of the ticket, or the woman on the top of the ticket, let's talk about that for a minute. Now, Mr. Quinn, you've been known for a long time as a clean guy in government. So when you saw today that you saw last week the indictment of Tony Rezko, what does that say about the ethics of your boss, the governor?
Well, I think it has to do with Mr. Rezko. He was indicted, and he'll have to go to court and defend himself, and justice will be done.
How somebody could sit by and let the type of corruption go on in this administration, and somebody who ran as a corruption buster and doesn't see the nexus between a $1,500 check and a job given to a close friend who was also his campaign treasurer is mind-boggling. His explanations for the corruption are mind-boggling. I mean, Democrats have said this repeatedly. Ed Eisendrath said it during the primary. And Jack Franks, the Democrat, has said it as well. The administration, under this administration, the government of the state of Illinois is for sale. Bless Pat Quinn for standing up for veterans, but he sat by while the governor has violated veterans preference hiring laws. He's raided veterans funds, $2.6 million in funds earmarked for veterans. He has not filled vacant positions to make sure that we can get veterans into the beds in our veterans' homes throughout the state.
You ought to go back to my policy of not accepting campaign contributions
Mr.
from
Quinn,
those entities.
Let me ask you, how often do you actually talk to Governor Blagojevich?
Regularly.
And what is you've expanded the role, I would think, what lieutenant governor does. But how often do you actually meet with Governor Blagojevich, and how often do you formulate policy together?
I would say regularly. I mentioned earlier the All Kids program to provide health insurance for children, the same way with all veterans, which is a very important initiative.
What does regularly mean?
Well, I don't know. I would say in a typical week, once or twice a week. Well, I think it has to do with Mr. Rezko. He was indicted, and he'll have to go to court and defend himself, and justice will be done. Tomorrow, another person who's been indicted apparently is going to plead guilty, Mr. Levine. It's been a big Republican fundraiser. I think it says that we have to be ever vigilant in Illinois to protect the public purse and to protect the citizens in the public interest. And I believe in tough ethics laws enforced. If I see wrongdoing at any time, I'm duty-bound, as anyone is, to report that to law enforcement, and I do that without blinking an eye. It says that we have to be ever vigilant in Illinois to protect the public purse and to protect the citizens in the public interest. And I believe in tough ethics laws enforced. If I see wrongdoing at any time, I'm duty-bound, as anyone is, to report that to law enforcement, and I do that without blinking an eye.